It's got away, they win. And it's a purple wave that descends at Chepauk. Third title for KKR. Shreyas Iyer and his men, a cock-a-hoop. It's been a fantastic performance in an absolutely one-sided final where they've knocked the stuffings out of Sunrisers Hyderabad. So time for everyone in purple to cheer.
Imagine a tournament where billionaires fight over players, where a single ball can change the fate of millions, and where the single franchise is worth more than some entire cricket boards. The Indian Premier League, IPL, isn't just a cricket league, it's a money-making machine, a high-stake game played off the field as much as on it. But behind all the glamour, ever wondered what really runs the IPL? What are the loopholes, the secret business strategies, and the shocking truth hidden behind the sixes and celebrations? Today we break down the billion-dollar empire of IPL and reveal what the cameras never shows you. You have probably dreamed of owning an IPL team, but let's be real, unless you are a billionaire, you don't stand a chance. Why? Because the Board of Control for Cricket in India, BCCI, has set a massive rupees 3,000 crore minimum valuation for any company wanting to bid for a franchisee. That's not just a barrier, it's a fortress ensuring that only the ultra-rich can even think about entering. In fact, in 2021, when two new teams, Lucknow Super Giants and Gujarat Titans were auctioned, their combined selling price was jaw-dropping rupees for 12,715 crore. That's more than a total budget of some entire cricket board. But there it gets interesting. You don't always need to buy a new team. You can secretly acquire stakes in existing franchisee. For example, LIC quickly brought a 6% stake in Chennai Super Kings. That means ownership is not always as transparent as it looks. What if I told you that the IPL auctions works just a high-stake casinos? Players are the chips, franchises are the gamblers, and every bid is a roll of the dice. But did you know that this auction is actually designed to control spending and maximize profit for the BCCI? Here's how players set their base price between rupees 20 lakh and rupees 2 crore, but the bidding agreement are strictly controlled. The moment the price crosses rupees 1 crore, franchises can only increase their bids by rupees 5 lakh at a time. This forces a team to make a carefully calculated moves, just like in a poker game. And guess what? In the 2025 auction, a record 1,570 players registered, but only 574 got shortlisted, meaning 1,000 players walked away with nothing. That is the brutal reality of this high-stake business. But here's a real trick, the retention rule. Before the auction even begins, the team can retain up to 6 players, which means the biggest stars don't even enter the bidding war. And if a franchisee loses a player, they can still bring him back using the right to match RTM card, rule that helps them hold on their best assets without spending extra. You think ticket sales and sponsorships making the most money? Think again. The biggest revenue source for IPL is its media rights, and the number will blow your mind. For the 2023-2027 period, IPL sold its TV and digital streaming rights for rupees 48,390 crore. It's about US $6.2 billion. That's the more than GDP of some small countries. TV rights were snatched up by the Star Sports, but the real winner was a Viacom 18, which grabbed digital rights for Jio Cinema, and get this, Jio Cinema's IPL 2023 final had 32 million concurrent viewers, setting a world record. The digital revolution is changing the game. But here's where the things get sneaky. Not all this money goes to the teams. The BCCI takes a huge cut first, and only a portion of it shared among the franchisee. This ensures that BCCI always wins, no matter which teams lifts the trophy. Ever wondered how much a team earns from winning the IPL? Well, let's talk about the prize money, which might actually shock you. The total prize pool in 2022 was a rupees 46.5 crore, and the winning team got rupees 20 crore. Sounds great, right? but each franchise spends nearly rupees 100 crores on salaries, logistics, and promotions every season. That means even winning the IPL doesn't guarantee profits. But here's the trick, the real money comes from the sponsorships. The title sponsorships itself, held by Tata, brings in 100 crores every season. Team also signs exclusive deals with brands, making their jerseys look like walking billboards. Some franchises make more money from sponsorships than from the actual cricket. But what about the players? Are they just pawns in this billion-dollar game? In 2024, England's Geoffrey Archer was caught in a dilemma. Should he play the IPL or prepare for the SS? His decision could cost him millions, proving that IPL money is reshaping international cricket. Even cricket legends like Steve Waugh are worried. He fears that young players will choose IPL over Test cricket, leading to the slow death of traditional formats. Is the IPL making cricket richer or just more commercial? Did you know the 2025 IPL auction was held not in India, but in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia? This shows how IPL is expanding globally, and we might soon see IPL style leagues everywhere. Is this the future of cricket, or just sign that money now controls the game? So, what do you think? Is IPL the greatest cricketing spectacle ever, or is just a corporate monopoly disguised as entertainment? The thing is clear, IPL is not just a game, it's a billion-dollar empire. And behind the glitter, the loopholes, and the crazy members, it's all about one thing, money. What's your take on this? Is IPL good for cricket or just a business strategy? Let me know in the comments, and if you found this breakdown shocking, don't forget to like and share. Thank you so much.